I used to be a night janitor at a movie theater. Not the fun, popcorn and previews kind of job. I'm talking 4 a.m. shifts, long before opening, long after the last ticket's been torn. Our team would clean the entire place before 11 a.m. Theater after theater, hallway after hallway. Sometimes, to save time, we'd clock in early, like around midnight, catch the last few showings, sneak into an empty theater, and crash in the back row for a few hours. It wasn't exactly allowed, but nobody checked. We had a system. We used electric leaf blowers, leaf blowers, to blast all the popcorn, cups, wrappers, and God knows what else down to the front of the theater. Then we'd sweep it into big trash bags. After that, we'd go seat by seat and clean up anything that needed closer attention. Vomit, melted candy, whatever horrors families leave behind. The blowers were so loud, you couldn't hear anything around you, which was fine until it wasn't. There's something eerie about movie theaters when they're empty. The lights are on, everything's exposed, but the silence behind the noise feels wrong. And there was one rule everyone followed. No exceptions. The projection booth. We didn't clean it. There was nothing we needed up there. All the supplies were downstairs. And more than anything, we were told it was haunted. At first I laughed it off. Typical workplace myth, right? Every old building's got one. But then, I saw it. It was about 5 a.m. I was cleaning a smaller theater alone. The blower was on full blast, popcorn flying down the aisles. I wasn't paying attention, just zoning out, letting the sound drown out the tiredness. But something made me look up. I don't know why. I just felt it, like someone was watching me. I glanced at the projection booth window and saw someone standing inside, silhouetted by the booth light, perfectly still, face hidden behind the glass, just watching. My chest locked up. I turned off the blower. Dead silence. I sprinted out of the theater and ran into the hallway, expecting to catch someone coming down the stairs. But instead, I found the only other guy on shift. He was all the way on the other side of the building, cleaning his own theater. We both stared at each other. He could tell something was wrong. I told him what I saw. He went pale. We didn't even speak. We just knew what had to be done. We each took an exit. He went to the east stairwell, I took the west. The booth only had 2 access points. If someone was hiding up there, they weren't getting out. We rushed in, flashlights cutting through the darkness. Every door was locked from the inside. Every corner was empty. We searched the entire booth. Nothing. No signs of forced entry, no alternate exits, no footprints, nothing but old reels, equipment, and dust. We should have been relieved, but we weren't. That was the last time either of us went near the projection booth. We didn't talk about it again. We just accepted it. That something was up there, and that it watched us. Sometimes I wonder if it was ever just watching, or if one day it was waiting for one of us to climb the stairs alone. I worked the closing shift at a liquor store on the edge of town. Just me, a row of flickering fluorescents, and the drone of an ancient cooler compressor. I'm alone from about 7 p.m. until I lock the doors at 10:30. It's usually uneventful, quiet, too quiet sometimes. It started with the footsteps. Every night, without fail, I'd be restocking or organizing in the walk-in cooler and hear it. Soft footfalls crunching on the gritty tile behind me. I'd turn. Nothing. No one. Just shelves and glass bottles humming with the chill. I tried to write it off as old building noises, but it kept happening. Always when I was alone, always behind me. One night, maybe 2 weeks ago, things escalated. It was past 11. I'd closed up, turned the lock, and was counting out my till at the register. The store was silent except for the low hum of the fridge units and my own scribbling. Then, clank. A single bottle. Somewhere in the aisles. I froze. I hadn't moved in 10 minutes. No one else was here. I walked slowly into the store, scanning the aisles. That's when I saw it. A bottle of wine, standing upright, in the middle of aisle 9. It wasn't just lying there, like it fell. It was perfectly placed, balanced, centered, as if someone had gently set it down. Now here's the thing. I had just finished a walkthrough maybe 15 minutes earlier. The aisles were spotless. I even mopped the floors. I would have noticed a bottle in the middle of the damn aisle. And the floor? Still wet. You could see the clean mop lines. No footprints. Nothing leading to or away from the wine. I felt something behind me. A pressure, like someone staring. I turned fast, but of course no one. I ran to the security room and pulled up the CCTV. That aisle has its own dedicated camera, and I scrubbed back through the last 30 minutes. Nothing. The footage showed the aisle clear, minute after minute. No bottle, no one walking through. Then, at exactly 11:06:27, the footage glitched, just a second-long blip. And when the feed came back, the wine bottle was there, centered, still, silent. I replayed it over and over. Same result. That glitch? It wasn't a normal skip. There was no distortion, no static, just a gap. Like time had been cut with a blade. I don't know what's worse. That something was in the store with me. Or that the camera didn't catch it. Now, every night when I lock up, I look at aisle 9 and wonder, if it wanted to be seen, what else is it hiding? And what happens if one night I do catch it on camera?
A few years ago, I worked as a receptionist for a small real estate management company in Claremont, California. It wasn't in an office building or a business park. It was an old house, over 100 years old, converted into a workspace right in the heart of the downtown area. It was just me and my boss, Kathy. No other employees, just the two of us. From the moment I started there, something about the house bothered me. I couldn't explain it. The floors creaked too much. The air always felt a little too cold, even on warm days. And every room, even the sunny ones, seemed to have shadows that didn't belong. I told myself I was just being dramatic. Old buildings creak. Old houses have a history. No big deal. But that changed the day Kathy left me alone. She had a doctor's appointment and told me she'd be out for a couple of hours. I smiled and nodded. But the moment she walked out the door and I heard the front bell ding behind her, I felt it. That uneasiness. Stronger than ever. The kind that crawls up your back and makes you turn around even when you know no one's there. I tried to shake it off, buried myself in paperwork, emails, anything to stay focused. Eventually, I needed to copy some documents from Kathy's office. I walked down the narrow hallway, stepped inside, and turned toward the copier. That's when I saw her. A girl, maybe 15, 16 years old, walking past Kathy's doorway. She moved calmly, like she belonged there. But what she was wearing didn't belong anywhere in 2020. A white blouse tucked into a high-waisted skirt, hair curled and pinned under a cloche hat. She looked like she walked straight out of the 1920s. I stood there, frozen. She didn't look at me, just glided down the hallway, heading toward my desk at the front. It took me a few seconds to even move, but when I did, I bolted out of Kathy's office and ran to the front of the building. Nothing. The room was empty. The bell on the front door hadn't rung. If she'd left, I would have heard it. I searched the entire house, every room, every corner, even the bathroom. She was gone. No sound, no trace, no open door, just that feeling, like the air had shifted around me. I waited for Kathy to come back, trying to convince myself I imagined it. Maybe a trick of the light. Maybe my brain playing games with old wallpaper and shadows. But I knew what I saw. That girl was there. And sometimes, when I walked down that same hallway after that day, I'd still feel it, like she never really left. Just waiting for the next time someone's alone.